Mitram and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps Education Channel, Intellectual Chatriya's channel. At South Asia Maps, your presenter Dr. Reddy will bring you diverse fields of knowledge on indology and human ecology. What is the uniqueness of our channel? Uniqueness of our channel is all the topics are brought to the audience, all the abstract concepts in the iconographic form of pictures and images. What is the advantage? That means if I convert the abstract ideas into iconographic forms, that will be easily etched in your mind, and the learning process will be very quick and also very enjoyable too. This is part 129 of our human ecology series. I forgot to put that icon here, but this is the human ecology series 129. What is the topic of today's discussion? When you see the people going to the United States from the India and all those places, and now we hear a lot of like the immigration is becoming tough. They are denied at port of entry. After going there, they don't get a like a part-time jobs. After graduating, lot of restrictions. They're not finding the jobs, layoff. All this is called political perspective, socio-political perspective, world paradigm. What is happening behind this? The ecological perspective, new perspective that you will get from this presentation. The New World and Old World, the title. The myth of limitlessness in the new world, the myth of endlessness. How this myth is something imaginary, not real, that people generally believe. How this myth that the new world is limitless and the new world is endless, that got spawned, dawned, or initiated when compared to the old world. That means the opposite, converse of that. That means the old world is limited in nature, limited in opportunities. It is not endless. In a sense, it is a constant. New world, how the myth of limitlessness, how the myth of endlessness got in is the point of discussion 129. And if you are new to my presentations and South Asia maps, I have posted more than 491 videos as of 2024 January on varied diverse topics. You can go and explore them and enjoy learning them. Diverse topics on indology, human ecology, geography, history, culture, heritage, and so on. That is South Asia Maps Jared YouTube channel. So this is our human ecology series. We are in part 129, the old world and the new world. How in the new world, that means two Americas, North America, South America, including Australasia, that is Australia, New Zealand, so on. That is the new world. The concept of limitlessness, the concept of endlessness got dawned. So we have similar series on the ecology. You can look at it and have already posted all those presentations at our YouTube channel, Reddy, South Asia Maps. So this is the original when we started our initial human ecology series, the basic concepts, carrying capacity, taking over, drawing down, new world, old world, ecological overshoot, ecological bloom, ecological crash, diachronic competition, cornucopian paradigm, and very diverse topics that will intellectually enlighten you. So this is the new world. See, I showed it in yellow color and Australasia. This is called sometimes Polynesia or Oceania and so on. That is a new world. This is the old world This is the surface area. 30 million, 10 million, 4 million, Europe, Africa, Asia, Eurasia, the land mass, land area, voyages and discoveries. New hemisphere or western hemisphere, 24 million square kilometers, 17 million square kilometers. Population at that time may not be 50, maybe around about 30 million or so. Here is around about 450 million also. The population varies. That is just to estimate from different sources. Old world, new world, voyages and discoveries landed European population into the New World. That is 1500 AC AD voyages, discoveries of Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci, Magellan, all those people, European colonists, their descendants. They found a vast territory with millions of square kilometers. North America 24, South America 17, Australia round about 8. This becomes round about uh, 20, 30, 40, 50 or so on million square kilometers, which they found sparsely populated when compared to their homeland. And also they found this land has a dispensable flora and fauna. They can clear them and convert into the farmland, fence them, live very happily and affluent living standard they can obtain. And also it has a disregardable natives. At that time, Europeans consider, now even though that concept has changed, now at that time, disregardable native Amerindians or Maoris in New Zealand, Aborigines in Australia, and so on. The myth of limitlessness dawned. Old world is saturated with plenty of people. The new world is opposite, empty of people and empty land. Empty of people, it colonists felt it is a limitless in nature. Ecologically, in a sense, with impressive carrying capacity. That means more and more Europeans, their descendants can come and settle here. The land can carry more people, that is more ecological load, more humans, and more affluence. That is called, it has a plenty of carrying capacity surplus. At the time, that word may not be known to them. That's what they felt. In the old world where they came from, there is a crowded in population at that stage with agriculture niches. It shattered the world myth. It is limited in nature, especially in the Europe, the oppressive regimes, though no religious freedoms, and so on. Lot of restrictions, rents were high, and taxes were high, and so on. So it shattered the world myth of limitedness. So it dawned limitlessness when they landed here. So now the life could be lived abundantly, life could be lived non-competitively. So the new premise, that means limitlessness, now spanned in their socio-political vocabulary. That means, in other sense, there is more per capita land for the European immigrants, colonists. That means there is no more per capita time of leisure, because plenty of food is grown. Once food is grown and put in, stored, and they have plenty of leisure. They need not work more. There is more opportunity for ingenuity, human intelligence to innovate, to study, to invent, to research, and so on. There is more land. There are limitless opportunities. If you go to America still in 2024, I hear the people saying that America is a land of opportunities. That is not anymore, but still that myth is carried on. It provides more comforts, even luxuries. It has a more space. That means more people can be accommodated, given birth to, and raised. It dawned what is called the Age of Exuberance. What is age of exuberance? And age of exuberance is a very simple term. Age is certain duration, let's say 400 or 450 years or 500 years, let's say from 1500 to 2000 AD. That is the age of exuberance. Ecological, it gave ecological exuberance, that gives emotional exuberance, that gave them socio-political exuberance. So that's why when you talk with American intellectualisms and people, they still talk about democracy, so many opportunities, somebody going there in the basement, starting a big business, becoming a millionaire, billionaire, and so on. This is a leftover of emotional exuberance, social exuberance, political exuberance. That is 5 centuries of economic affluence. That is at the time basis of 5 centuries of carrying capacity surplus. So it dawned the age of exuberance, getting the blessings of this limitlessness of the nature in the era when the European, their forefathers, progenitors in Europe, still suffered the world characters. World competition, lot of fighting, and less jobs and so on. So this also further led to what is called myth of endlessness. When Europe was a crowded country when the Europeans came, remember when they accidentally found the new land, that is a 14, 24 units in North America, 17, that is 30, 40, Australia, if you give 10, that is 50 million square kilometers, is an enormous area that is bigger than Asia, that is 50 times Egypt. So Europe, that means this led to the belief there's a endless opportunities for colonists. They can go on expanding to the west. That is the frontier they felt is limitless and endless. Endless opportunities for new colonies. Move to the west, to the frontier, you go and set up your farm, you have more opportunities, start a ranch, and so on. Shore to shore, Atlantic to Pacific, coast to coast. This dawned into the American culture history called manifest destiny. So people thought Americans are special people, they are special society, and they have manifest destiny to expand forever from Atlantic to Pacific. This is the American dream. American dream equals to non-competitive lifestyle. There is less competition for job, less competition for everything. That spawned eventually a sort of subsidiary dreams. Canadian dream, Australian dream, New Zealand dream. Today still in 2024, I hear a lot of people in India saying that go to Canada, go to Australia, New Zealand and enjoy, you get a better job, affluent lifestyle and so on. That is no more is existing, but still that concept is carried on. That is the subsidiary of American dream, manifest destiny. That means economic policies can be based on, at that time, economic policies of those nations were based upon the myth of inexhaustible resources, plenty of land to go and take over. You can build a very big mansions in provinces or states like Georgia, Texas, and so on. Plenty of land is there. There is inexhaustible resources. At one time, United States, the coal, iron, and oil. United States 1970s produced at the time of World War II, largest producer of oil, largest exporter of oil, largest consumer of oil. So all their policies were based upon the concept of inexhaustibility of resources, inexhaustibility of minerals, metals, coal, natural gas, so on. That is age of exuberance it done. That means landing of Europeans taking over the new land got or spawned into the social political history of America and the entire world the concept of myth of limitlessness and myth of endlessness compared to the world characteristic features of converse, that is limitedness and constantness. So this was possible at one time. There's a plenty of opportunities, plenty of land. You can put more people. The more load can be carried by the land. Here we are giving an example of a donkey carrying. The carrying capacity surplus. It can carry some more. Then if you start putting more and more bags, its carrying capacity saturates. The donkey cannot carry anymore, the land cannot carry anymore, the human habitat, planet Earth, cannot carry anymore, saturates, then it enters into deficits, eventually enters into phantom carrying capacity. It can carry this load for some time, but eventually it will exhaust and collapse. That is in a broader sense. Here I put 1 billion people on the planet Earth. Now we have 8 billion people temporarily enjoying some areas phantom carrying capacity. How this land can put in, you can look uh, at the playlist geographic areas made easy. That is the game series in one. I have put it like the Europe has 10 million square kilometers, Egypt is one, Africa 30, China and West, almost Europe until Urals, United States, Canada, they have almost 10 million square kilometers, Australia almost 7, I made it 87.5, so on. Brazil is half of the entire South America, water area 360, number of days in a year, land area 150, and so on. Together, if you mix them round about 510 or so entire surface area on the planet Earth, that gives you broader perspective. So that is drawing down. They enjoyed it drilling at the resources, natural gas and water aquifers and so on. And initially they took over the vast amount of virgin land and soils, removing the plants and animals, flora and fauna, and eventually eliminating their human competitors, disregardable native Amerindians and so on. And that is about when Europeans from the old world landed and found New World land, United States. We discussed in an ecological perspective how it dawned the concept of limitlessness, the concept of endlessness, and resulted in socio-political economic exuberance from the perspective of history of the New World. And hope this will put you in a proper perspective. And this is your presenter, Dr. Reddy. If you like this series, you can consider subscribing the channel and bringing to the notice of your friends and putting the comments and suggestions. See you later in other presentations. Mitram and Bandhu.